Hi, we're Harder Brunch.
We're Harder Brunch.
And we're super excited to tell you about our adult summer camp this August 25th, 26th, and 27th.
Wow.
We're going to be doing a full 3-day festival, and we want you to be a part of it.
Let's go.
It's going to be amazing. We got all your favorite comedians. We got headliners Brent Terhune and Gwen Sunkel on board.
Okay.
We're going to have musical acts by Clint Breeze, House of Wolves, The Tubbles.
Dang.
And all weekend is going to be all inclusive.
Wait, all
That's
inclusive?
right. One ticket price all weekend long gets you into everything. We're going to be bringing back all of the favorite summer camp activities you remember as a kid. We're going to be doing swimming, archery, handicrafts, canoes.
Wow.
All weekend long, all inclusive.
That's not even financially smart.
Well, that's what we're doing. Get your tickets today at eventbrite.com, and we'll see you there.
I guess we'll see you there.
Harder Brunch. Summer camp.
I'm eating brunch with my people though. The homie Dyke just cooked up a feast and we bout to eat it, bro. Fucked around and has to mix the lobster with the poutine. Daddy is rolling blue dream. Them boys got down a routine. It's Naptown culture, cooking 7 courses. Had to pass the torch and now I'm grabbing second portion. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a smoke. It's Harder Brunch on the way and get prepared for the jokes. Whoa.
Hi, and welcome to the Harder Brunch Podcast. I'm your host, Dyke Michaels, and with me, as always, my co-host, Thaddaeus J. Mckee.
I never learned how to nod my head to songs.
Oh.
Was there a class for that? Because everybody usually does it at the same time.
Yeah, on the beat.
What's up, everybody?
On the ones, the twos, the wheels of steel, the sauce boss of Indianapolis, and the last broke dragon. Give it up for Zach Rohn, everybody.
Hey there.
I think that's why your introduction was so long from the old days when we always swung the mic over to you.
No, I saw I heard the original. I think it was Chris King. He said that I was raised by lesbian wolves.
Oh.
And then it just kind of just changed from there.
Yeah. I was like, maybe we shouldn't say that anymore.
Yeah, that was the problematic one.
2 very special returning champions with us in studio, and the headliners of the 2023 Harder Brunch Adult Summer Camp happening this August 25th through the 27th in beautiful Brown County, Indiana. Gwen Sunkel and Brent Terhune.
Pam, 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 slappy, pappy, wah, wah.
Hello, thanks for having us back, guys.
Yeah.
I like how your introduction just sounded like we were opening up a box of cats. These cats are in heat.
Put them back.
Welcome back to the show. Very excited. I'll be completely honest with you. We're just talking camp all day. We're talking about summer camp. We're going to talk about our personal camp memories. We made some camp food. It's going to be camp. If you're not a camp person, you will be by the end of it, or you'll stop watching. You'll watch something else.
Fair enough.
Welcome to the show. How are both of you doing? How are you guys' summers going?
Good. I'm covered in bug spray. Smell like SPF.
Yeah.
I'm ready to have some camp fun.
Yeah. I have so much sweat in between my boobs right now.
Me too.
It's like there are 2 pieces of slightly slimy lunch meat in my bra.
We really did pick 2 of the most Caucasian people to headline this outdoor summer camp. Yeah. And with Brent, I'm actually worried about. I feel like
I'm worried about me too.
Yeah, we're gonna have
to have like an umbrella man like P. Diddy has. Like,
yeah, Farnsworth J. Bentley or whatever his name is.
SPF 200.
Yeah.
Well,
that's my rap name is SPF 200.
Oh yeah, we should come out with a Harder Brunch cream. Do you think we could do a food-based cream that would help suntan?
Cocoa butter.
Why not, Gwen?
Coconut oil.
It's a marinara / sunscreen.
Sunscreen gravy.
There we go.
Didn't people used to put like just coconut oil on and go out in the sun?
Baby oil was really popular. Yeah.
And it would like speed up the burn or something.
Yeah, and that like squeeze lemon juice into their hair to get like blonde streaks.
Yeah.
I bleached my hair as a kid. Lemon juice wasn't cutting it. I had to bleach it, and then I wanted to go blonde. I wanted to have blue hair. Like I wanted to have blue hair, and so you have to go blonde first. But my hair just turned orange, and then like I didn't have enough money to afford like the good blue dye.
Yeah.
So I got like the bad blue dye that just washed out after one. So I just had like green hair for like a day, and then I just had orange hair for like 6 months.
Were you dyeing it with Kool-Aid with bug juice?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was like
that was a thing.
Yeah, and that's probably why it washed out immediately.
I also
too.
think that's a prison thing too. Don't they use Kool-Aid mix to dye hair
and make tattoos and stuff?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
That'd be cool to have a Kool-Aid tattoo.
It would just lick it anytime you need some refreshment.
So you're saying they're using the Kool-Aid as the ink?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm kidding.
They were using the Kool-Aid as the tattoo gun.
Yeah. What happens is the Kool-Aid man comes through the brick walls.
Okay, now we're tracking.
And then everybody escapes, and then they go get a tattoo to honor.
Oh yeah, lay back. That's why Kool-Aid it's been banned from every prison.
Okay.
Fool me once.
People just kept breaking out of prison.
I think I've heard about this.
Yeah, Houdini's got nothing on the Kool-Aid man.
This is a Flavor Aid tattoo. I think it'd be funny to get like the Kool-Aid man like right on your chest, and then you could open your shirt, like kind of like that. That busting through.
That's disturbing. Like sometimes I'll see like disturbing tattoos, and I'm like, man, I saw this is not even Harder Brunch. This is after brunch talk. But I saw a very like sexually graphic tattoo the other day that like a tattoo artist that I know did, and it was like artistically very well drawn. But I'm just like, when can you show that off?
Yeah.
Was it on their neck or where was it?
It was zoomed in, but I think it was like a leg or something. It was something where just like you have to wear long pants all the time now. Like,
yeah.
So I'm guessing there was a private part on their leg.
Yeah,
there usually is.
Different spot though. I went to a tattoo convention once, and I was just kind of walking around, and I'm watching this guy give a tattoo, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And so I kind of go around so I can see that, and it is like a very upsetting picture of like a woman in a ball gag, like crying.
Oh my!
Like, ah! Didn't need to see that.
Okay.
Which Saw movie was that from?
Right? That's what it looked like.
Do you have any tattoos, Brent?
I don't, but last night, producer wife and I, she's a producer on the show, my wife, and we've been watching a lot of True Life. Remember that MTV show? Mm-hmm. It's been our like dinner show where you put on a True Life, and it was I'm getting my tattoos removed. That's the one we watched last night. So there was like a guy had the famous Stars and Straps logo, the F on his neck. And his mom was like, I'll pay for your tattoo removal, but you can't get any more tattoos. But his thing was he would get drunk, and then he would call up his tattoo guy and get tattoos. So that was his cycle, and he just kept getting tattoos, but then he would get others removed because he's like, what mama don't know won't hurt her. And it was literally a huge cross on his chest. Like, so you just don't take your shirt off around your mom anymore.
Swim with mom again.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There was the
shirts and skins.
There was the guy,
shirts, mom.
Pants and skins.
the guy who had like a full juggalo face like tattooed on, and then immediately regretted it, and it was like had to like have all these like costly because it's not just like
And it
Immediately,
it hurts really bad, I guess.
I should have done this. Looks at the mirror. Immediate regret is like the worst thing that artists could see.
Also, how do you have immediate regret?
I think that top left one, the guy at the top left.
He did his whole face as a juggalo.
Yeah, I think that.
Oh,
I immediately regretted that one.
I would too.
Also, how do you have immediate regret for a tattoo that probably took 8 hours?
Can't stop.
At no point in the tattoo was he like, this seems like a bad idea.
Hour 3.
I can stop now. Yeah.
I would say when they're tracing my lips
Right.
as other clown looks, that's when I'm like, wait, I'm becoming a clown right now in real time, real life.
I remember this was and I feel like tattoos every year get more and more kind of acceptable in like professional culture and stuff.
Sure.
So this was a while ago, but I remember this girl. She was an erotic dancer, and she got some stars.
An exotic.
Yeah, or exotic dancer. No, she was erotic, but she got some like stars tattooed on her face, and like. I get to be the judgy prude sometimes, and I'm like, whoa, you sure about that? Stars on your face? And she's like, yeah, I get it. The only 2 jobs I can ever have are stripper or tattoo artist now.
And she's okay with that.
Yeah, she was very, very.
I'm not judging.
This is coming from a guy who has a literal child tattooed onto his ass.
Wait, time out. You used literally wrong, I hope. I hope.
No, Dyke has a child tattooed on his ass. You know this.
Allegedly.
You know this.
What?
I have a tattoo of my friend from his sophomore year of high school.
I know this, but it wasn't. Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he's in high school. He's a kid.
Yeah.
You should get him to
I
sign
messed
it
up.
and then get the signature inked on underneath it.
Well, he's-
I just want to get the rest of the yearbook on there. I've had friends
The
ask me, they'll
composite.
be like kind of like upset that they're not tattooed back there, and they're like, "Are you gonna put me back there too?" I was like, "It's gonna start looking like Mount Rushmore back there." I don't
It's
need
got
that.
the quote, underneath it, like you would in your yearbook.
Yeah,
Stay cool.
stay cool.
Yeah,
I got some bad news for everyone in my school. I did not stay cool.
well, so you have a picture of a dead child.
Well, again, he wasn't a child or dead when I got the tattoo, but
Well,
he
he
dead now?
was a
But
child.
the picture
Is a
is
child.
of him as a child.
yeah, man, this is the worst way to tell this story.
Wait, he was older.
Like, I can't think of a worse possible way to tell any part of the story.
You were the one being judgmental about tattoos, if
Time out.
I'm not mistaken.
I've never put that together. That he was an adult, and then you went back and got a child tattoo of him.
Yeah, I mean,
He didn't get a child
it's-
to tattoo him. The photo is of his
All
friends.
children were involved. All
How
children.
about
were
this? Let's stop saying child. Let's just stop saying
It was
that.
a minor.
A minor
Back in the-
person.
Yeah, back in the 1800s, the children were the only ones that did tattoos. Like when they shined shoes and then did tattoos.
Yeah, like
The only ones allowed to do it.
So
no
you
one
haven't-
lived long enough to have a good tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have an underage on.
Yeah,
Is that better?
Yeah,
yeah.
What
That's
cheek
what
is
they
it
call.
on?
the right cheek.
Right cheek.
The-
Okay.
I forget. I never see it, so I forget that I have. I was like you. I was like, I didn't want to be a tattoo guy. All of my friends had tattoo, and so I was like, oh, me not having a tattoo is like having a tattoo because everyone
Yeah.
I know is all tatted up. And then I lost a bet, and then I was just like, I reneged on it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. And then like a year went by, and then for his birthday, I was like, oh, this will be really funny. And I really did. I have a bit about it, but I really did went to a tattoo artist, and then when he was like getting the thing ready, he had a swastika tattooed on his arm,
Oh yeah.
and like I was just like,
And he didn't stop.
do I need to get it? No, he saw me looking at it. It was just like, I served time in prison or whatever. I was like, yeah. And then like after I got it done, because it's weird. You're like laying on this like exam table, but there was like I don't know, it was weird. But like there was kind of an opening, and your pants have to be all the way off.
For your wiener, the openings for your
Yeah,
wiener.
yeah. And so it just, but like,
Thanks for
there's
clearing that up.
there's no like curtain or anything at this place, so people are just walking in, and
Yes,
I'm just
yeah.
face down, ass up at the tattoo parlor, and then I thought about I'm gonna have this for the rest of my life. It's also very hideable, I mean, I thought about all the angles, but the one angle that I didn't think about until I was actually getting tattooed was, oh, this means like I have to be like an ass guy. Like I have to be completely comfortable showing my ass to everybody. Because like from the moment that it started happening, it was just like, I was like, oh. And then as soon as I got done, the guy was just like, oh, go. And there was like these two like hot tattoo girls that work in the shop. He's like, oh, go show them. And I'm like my butt? Yeah. You want me to go show them these two women my butt? And they were like, yeah, let's come see it. And I was like, oh, this is what I do now. I have to. I've walked into parties where my friend who the tattoo is of had been talking about me before I got there. And there's been many times I've walked into a party and he's like, hey, here's Dyke. Show him your ass. Show him your ass, everybody.
Oh, it is a real juggalo. Show me your butthole thing.
I don't know enough about juggalos to ask any more questions.
All right, we got way off topic.
That's what we're doing at camp.
Yeah. We're gonna be tattooing your cheeks. We're gonna be.
You get a little campfire by your eyes to show that you've been camping.
Is that what those are the whole time?
Yeah,
So-
not
I was way
teardrops,
off.
but
Teardrop for every
Upside down
campfire you've
flames.
been next to.
I got marshmallow on my.
I didn't realize they were just campers. Man, that guy went to a lot of camps.
I've been camping.
Gwen, did you? I feel like we've talked about this before, but I forget. Did you ever work at a camp?
I did work at a camp.
What kind of camp was it?
I worked at a camp that was one of those like Christian construction camps. I don't know if anybody's familiar with these, but the people's like youth groups would all come as a big group, and you would split them into teams, and they would go do like low cost home repair for people who could not afford to repair their homes otherwise. Really, probably excellent work being done and structurally sound to have high school children do this. But so I was one of the counselors at this camp, and I was in charge of the kitchen. So I ordered all the food for everybody, and we were talking during breakfast about like I don't know what your experience was getting paid at camp, but we got paid $150 a week.
Yeah.
That was, and like I was in charge of like making a food order from Cisco to feed 200 people a week. And it's like, you are trusting a 19-year-old with a lot here.
Fortunately, at the camp that I worked at, the budget for the kitchen was separate than the rest of the camp.
Yeah.
So, like, when I started as like a dishwasher and a line cook, I was making more than a lot of the counselors
Oh
were.
my, yeah.
Just because we were getting like minimum wage.
Yeah, yeah. And you're like, wow, rolling in the dough. But you would get paid like all in one lump sum at the end of the summer. So you were like, I'm rich, bitch.
We got paid weekly, but like also you're there all week, so you don't have a chance to spend any money usually.
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
just
so
like,
you walked away with most of it at the end of the summer.
felt really rich. How about you, Terhune?
I never worked at a camp, but I was a Boy Scout, so I've done my fair share of camping.
Did you go to Randsburg?
Went to Randsburg and Bloomington probably for 5 years, so it's like a week.
Are you a firecrafter?
Yeah, I'm a firecrafter.
Oh.
Which means nothing
even
to
know what that
nobody
means.
besides. I had to. One of the things you have to do to get like that rank of firecrafters, you have to do fire by friction. So you had to. It was he had a stick with a piece of string on it, and you like back and forth, kind of like a sawing motion, and you pop a spark with the friction, and then you make a fire from it.
They give you flint though, right?
No,
No.
you have to do it with the sticks.
Like a
It's
string
like
and a piece of
rubbing
wood.
sticks together, essentially.
Oh my word.
That's how we have to start all the fires at camp
Yeah.
this week.
I'll
Right?
light all the bongs with. Not that I
Man.
think there's going to be bongs there, but yeah. So it was like that kind of stuff where you had to like make fire by friction type stuff,
Interesting.
which sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know?
Teaching boy.
I remember one of my because I didn't do firecrafter, but I got the woodsman was the one right before.
Yeah.
And that's the one where you have to cook like a raw burger inside of an onion. Did you have to do that?
Like would you call like a hobo dinner now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, they wouldn't call it that now. But
Yeah.
that's what we called it.
What an unhoused dinner.
That's good.
Do we say hobo anymore?
I don't know. Hobo's
Yeah.
been canceled.
You have to pack all your
I
things in
heard
a
Hobo's
bindle.
coming back.
No hobo.
Yeah, Hobo's coming back, actually.
But I remember that being one of my earliest like cooking kind of memories of just like I made my own dinner, you know, on this fire. I turned this raw meat into something that I could eat, but it was also kind of a weak dinner too because like it was like an onion and some raw hamburger.
Yeah, but I guess if you're in the woods, it's like I guess it's better than eating a stick. But
Yeah.
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 What was your favorite like camp memories from being a Boy Scout camp?
Going to like I went on a separate camp to New Mexico, and I was backpacking in the mountains for 11 days, and it was
wow.
like you couldn't wear deodorant because the bears will eat you. You had to hang your stuff in the trees. But I started staying up when I was 16 in high school, so I performed at like the campfire events at Scouts, like doing jokes and stand up and making up fake stories and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds
So-
like so much fun. You were in high school when you started?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in high school.
If I would have known you, you'd be on the other cheek.
Yeah. It's not too late, by the way. You could get me as a younger person, but with the same beard.
Yeah.
Like a toddler, but with a beard.
That's why I need to do my tattoo. I just need to age him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Arts and crafts at the camp is get Brent Terhune tattooed on your butt.
So you're a fully experienced camper. You've done real.
It's been so long now. I went camping recently, like a few weeks ago. Like it was for like they shot a movie at a campground, and I wanted to go see all the sights and stuff of this movie. And they were like making a fire, and I was in my head, I'm like, look at these amateurs. Because like to make a fire, you had to like give it oxygen, so you had to get down and blow on the coals to get it to go. And nobody, was like, they were taking pieces of wood and trying to light the chunk of wood. I'm like, you can't just start with big things on a fire. But I was also like, this is not my camp out thing. So I just let everybody struggle.
I always feel like in any group, there's like the person that really wants to start the fire, and so I'm just always I just like, hey, like this person should do it. Yeah.
But the thing is, the person that wants to start the fire the most should be the least like the least likely person
Least in
we should
charge.
give fire to, you know?
Because they don't have, because they're the ones that have to prove it. They're the ones that didn't pass their test, their fire starter test.
Yeah, it's like if you want to be the guy that holds the gun the most, maybe you shouldn't be holding the gun.
Yeah.
You know?
Very little trigger discipline.
Yeah.
At that campground.
Yeah, but so just camping and I don't know, summer activities where you do like at Randsburg, if you went there, you take merit badge classes.
Yeah.
So it's like I got leather work, and I remember I got the basketry merit badge. So thank God if I'm there in the woods and I need to carry some eggs.
Yeah.
But I won't put them all in the same basket.
I got my.
Got to make 2 baskets
yeah.
for that.
Well, I mean, the first year you're there, you're like, what? I mean, I wasn't even in high school. Like, I feel like you were in like junior high, and I was used to like summer camp where everything's kind of like programmed for you.
Yeah.
And then I went to this, and it was like they treat you like you're in college. Like
It was almost college. Yeah,
you had to
yeah.
sign up for all these classes, but then there's also merit badges you're supposed to be working on in your downtime. And I think we were like we were like halfway through the week, and then the adults realized that me and my friends hadn't done anything for our merit badge. I was like, wait, I gotta do extra stuff here? Like,
I thought this was camp.
yeah, this
school.
was camp. And so they just rushed us through like everything. Like, you got to get your service hours in. You got to do this. You got to do this. It was like, oh man.
I forgot about service hours. So we weren't building houses for people, but we'd like fix trails and stuff.
Yeah.
Had to do some earn your board and keep it.
Yeah, yeah.
But a lot of child labor going on.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. If the Labor Relations Board wants to do some investigating, probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
And when you guys brought up the camp for the adult summer camp, I Rancho Formasa, I was like, I'd been there when I was in grade school. We went to like a day camp type deal. So, because you guys said that, I was like, oh, I know that.
Yeah.
I know Rancho Relaxo from The Simpsons, and I know Rancho Formasa from school.
And Rancho Unicorno from
So you started some fires there already.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You might have, because you went to Catholic school, obviously.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, almost every single Catholic school goes through there at some point if it's,
Oh, okay.
CYO.
Yeah.
It's like a secret Catholic place.
Well,
Yeah, we did all the rituals. We can't really talk about it. But
Yeah.
the Owl God came out.
Bohemian Grove Light.
Oh, sweet. I've always heard about those.
Very excited. It's 300 acres. So like if you come to camp, I've had some people that were very excited about, oh my, these comedians, it's gonna be so great, blah blah. I had a lot of people online be like, only person I've heard on here is Brent Terhune.
Sorry, Gwen. And that's not saying
It's
much
fine.
because most people haven't heard of me either. So
Some people were pretty excited about the Tupples too. Let's be honest. Yeah.
But my response was like, yeah, this is a great time to learn a bunch of cool Indianapolis. These are all Indianapolis based artists that are going to be at this festival. I've had a lot of interesting reactions to it, but some people are very excited about stuff that I wasn't even prepared for. Like, I've had people just be like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really care for comedy, or I don't care about the comedy, but they'll be like, really excited about doing arts and crafts.
yeah.
Some people that are really excited about just the thing that people are scared about, and then the thing that people are excited about has been so interesting to me. Like, I had one friend of mine who was like, he goes, look, I gotta be honest with you, I just don't mess with spiders. I don't like spiders. He goes, are there spiders at this camp? And I was like, absolutely not.
There's spiders. There's a
This is
spider in your house
free zone. Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
We got 300 acres, and I can guarantee you,
Not a
you're
single
not gonna see a
spider.
spider the whole time in there.
We ran the spider facts.
Brown County's known for having their lack of spiders.
No spiders.
There's.
What are the handicrafts going to be? I'm very excited about it.
Are we allowed to tell?
It's confidential right now.
Is it?
We're going. I don't want to say
But
that.
it's going to be, I'll tell you what, it's going to be 4 hours of crafts that you won't believe.
Wow.
You won't believe.
We're only there for like 32 hours and 4 hours of them are crafts.
It's mandatory craft time. It rhymes with vajazzle. That's all we can say.
No, that's not the clip we want to
Are
run.
we doing some like Harder Brunch friendship bracelets or
So
something?
the way, sorry, it's a very,
5 hours of
very
crafts.
good question, Gwen. So the way it's going to work is on Saturday during the activities portion, we're going to have like the pool's going to be open for 4 hours.
Okay.
But you don't have to swim for the
You
full
don't have
4
to
hours.
swim, okay.
Right.
Crafts will be open for 4 hours.
Okay.
But you don't have to do crafts for 4 hours.
Exactly.
Okay.
Canoes will be open for 4 hours.
Canoes.
And archery will be open for 4
Archery.
hours. And then we'll also have some fun like food stuff. And so you can basically,
Hiking.
you can
Yeah.
walk around if you want to go.
Do it all.
You
If
know,
you
hey,
wanna
I
spend
want
an hour each place.
Yeah,
you
an
can.
hour each place you
Meditating.
can. If you just want to, you know, hey, I just want to do crafts and swim. Or maybe you just want to do 4 hours of archery because you're a sociopath.
Because you are so into bows and arrows.
That's not as much as I normally do on a given day, but I was settled for 4.
Well, thanks for cutting down a little bit
Yeah.
next weekend.
I do what I don't know. I think it's too late to get this going for this year, but next year, I want someone to shoot a flaming arrow into something that like lights up.
Like the Olympic opening ceremony.
I know. I think I know an archer. I know it. I just have to ask him, like, have you shot a flaming arrow?
What would you want to light up, though? I got to know.
Maybe like an effigy of Sauce Boss or something.
Yeah. Or like a cauldron full of cassoulet or something.
What if it's a totem pole of our heads, and then like it has like a bear body?
Oh, it's very Midsommar.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
I like where your head's at. I love going into the woods with a bunch of people and making Midsummer references.
Speaking of that, one of the fun things about this camp is like, so every camp used to be heavy in the 80s and 90s.
Fat camp.
You can say fat.
It used to be heavy in the Native American, mythologies and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Little Apaches, get over here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
time
yeah.
for swimming.
So at this camp in the 60s, a bunch of camp counselors, and the very progressive, hippy dippy camp counselors wrote this thing called Pageant. And it was this entire Native American play. It was 3 parts, and it was like a moving play. So you start off, and one part was like the first act was like by the lake, and then like the entire camp moves to another place, and there's like fight sequences and like all this stuff. But it's just a bunch of white people playing Native Americans. I don't know how much it was actually thoroughly researched, but it was like a part of like when I was a kid, they'd only do it like once a summer. They would practice their lines.
Wow.
It was a full play, and there was one of the Native Americans, and it was all made up, right? So it was like one of them was called Manatisha, and then at some point they thought it was good to dig Manatisha's grave. So like, and it's like they don't do any of this anymore. Okay,
Yeah.
Wow.
they phased all this stuff out, but the Manatisha still has a grave that's like
Still
marked
there.
off. Yeah, and like people ask about it, and they're just like, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about that.
Now, I went to a camp as a child where they did that, but it was the crucifixion. So it was like it was a very churchy camp where
Living stations
A lot
of
of
the
white
cross.
yes.
A lot of white people playing Jewish people.
Yes.
I tried to explain Stations of the Cross to Thad and Hannah, who are both not Catholic, and they thought I was insane.
So it's where you go to different gas stations and tell people about Jesus.
That's what he
Every
said.
Shell station.
I was like, there has to be more to it. What's the meaning?
Nope, you just stand out there.
I did a well, I guess what you would call a hell house once.
No, you did not.
yeah.
Well, like hold on, it was I was tricked into it. It was an accident. I didn't do it. So there was because they rent out the camp to different groups and when the summer's over, and so they rented it out to another Christian group. And this group, first of all, the event was called Suck the Rug. Because they would make these like
That sounds like a euphemism.
Very Christian.
They would basically make these like double entendre names for things, but it was like on your knees daily in prayer was like the other part of it. But they just had a bunch of teens that got off this bus and they all had shirts that said "suck the rug" on it, and I was just like,
Suck the rug on your knees daily in prayer.
yeah. But the shirt just said "suck the rug," and then the "on your knees daily in prayer" was very small on it, like you almost couldn't see.
Who's that supposed to piss off?
I think it was like Christian edgelord. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like, I feel
there was
like
a
that's
lot
what
of
it was supposed to be.
Christian edgelord. I had a Christian edgelord's t-shirt.
So it was like they would get all these kids to come because they would be like, "Yeah, we're gonna suck the rug." And there was like, "Just kidding, you're going to Christ camp." But then they needed our staff to help with this activity, and you know, you get tossed in all kinds of different plays and stuff like that. And they were like, "Okay, here's the deal. The kids are gonna walk around," and I was basically to come out of the woods. I was at a campsite with a fire going by myself, and I was supposed to play basically like the football hero who died like in a car crash or something like
And
that.
went to hell for drinking and driving?
Went to hell because he never met Jesus Christ.
Oh.
And so like I just got into like the theatrics part of it. I wasn't thinking about what, and so I had a Letterman's jacket, and I took a tire chain and duct taped a bowling ball to it to make a big like ball and chain. And then I put all this like baby powder on my face.
It wasn't a Christmas Carol.
Jacob Marley over here.
I'm going to be honest with you, Gwen. I sold very liberally from A Christmas Carol and Beetlejuice.
These are the only two movies about ghosts I've ever seen.
Because I just came out of the wood, like the kids all like show up and they're all being silent. I think they had little candles or something. They're all being quiet, and I was just like, and I'm the last one before whatever the worst one was, or the redemption.
There was something worse.
I think I was the last one before the redemption.
Oh.
You know, so I really had to gas it up, and I would come in and be like, Coach, is that you? What happened? You know, we were all on the bus, and now I'm here. And then like I would just start talking, like the kids would start like leaving, and I was like, and I'd be like, don't leave me, you can't leave me here. You can't leave me here. I'm so lonely.
Oh dang!
I would just scream, and then they left. And then like years later, I was like, oh, I was part of a hell house.
Yeah.
You just woke up and realized you're in a hell house.
Now, were the kids into it? Did they make fun of you behind your back or to your face?
I'm sure they made fun of me, but I think it was light. Like they weren't doing like, I've heard some like really gross ones where they're like, "Welcome to Satan's abortion clinic" and stuff like that. Like this was just me being just a guy who never felt Jesus went straight to hell.
They didn't make you hold up like a Ziploc bag full of Jell-O and be like, "But the cheerleader's abortion."
This is Dyke. He had premarital sex. Now he's pregnant.
In hell.
Pregnant in hell.
Let's take a quick commercial break.
Why? This has been great.
We'll be right back.
This week on the After Brunch Podcast.
It does feel like if you ever haven't lost a competition, I suggest it. It feels it's a funny vasectomy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those. Like you feel like you're snipping all the comedy out. Like you do want to jump off a bridge. So I suggest trying that.
Join us at patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
Welcome back. Did you guys get a chance to try some of this delicious Tinker coffee earlier tonight?
You know I love me a Tinker coffee.
I'm so spoiled. When I go out on the road now and I just have some regular ass coffee, I realize how completely spoiled we've become here, because we always drink Tinker coffee at Harder Brunch. We always have it just in our house, you know, and it's my favorite. I feel like I'm spoiled to death.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm getting sick of it.
Why is that?
I'm getting sick of going to the gas stations and being like, man, I have better coffee at home.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm cheating on my wife.
It is, but not like the good part.
Yeah, like she's so much like she's done
just
everything
the
right.
shame parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's always been there, loving me, supporting.
I actually just got my subscription box in the mail yesterday.
What?
Yeah, I'm a subscriber. I use the code brunch.
Promo code brunch for 25% off.
My first 3 months, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then, of course, how could I possibly unsubscribe? The coffee's the best in town.
And you can get 2, 3, or even 4 bags of Tinker coffee delivered to your door anywhere in the USA.
Yeah, it's
Promo
not
code
just here. Not just
brunch.
here.
Anywhere.
Yeah. And they always do a really nice job sending like a variety. They send you 2 different ones, and so I always get to try. And they're not like flavored, but different blends and roasts.
It's really good.
When I go in there, I'm always just surprise me. You guys know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You guys know what you're doing.
Yeah. There's
Whatever the blend
nothing so
was
bad.
today. Can you say what the blend was today? It rocked my socks. Had like a chocolatey note. It's very nice.
It was off the books. The one that they gave us. They were like, "This one's off the books."
Was it really?
Oh, it was a prototype.
Yeah.
It was
It was a little
impressive.
secret something.
It was impressive, whatever it was.
The Harder Brunch blend.
You know what I downed it down with though? Back to back, some Upland beer.
Ooh, Upland. We're interrupting this Tinker Coffee ad
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt
to bring
that.
you
I don't know if you're done. I didn't know if you're
an
done.
Upland beer
Yeah, we're
plug.
good.
Well, that was the interrupt.
I didn't know we were stacking the ads like that. That was good. It was seamless.
Well,
seamless.
Two burns, one stone, or something like
Is that what they say? 2 burns, 1 stone.
2 burns, 1 stone.
When you are building a fire at camp, it's 2 burns to 1 stone.
Yeah, it's the friction.
We will be pouring Upland beer all weekend at Upland Summer Camp. Very excited for that they've come on in partnership with us. Which one are you going to be drinking first at summer camp? You
guys know I'm going to go with
the campside.
The campside.
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah. Is there going to be any patio cat there?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure there will be.
Oh, yeah. And like it's all we can drink at camp, right?
It is all inclusive. Yes, it is all inclusive.
Everybody gets half a beer. And that's a promise. We didn't say how much there's going to be.
But like if you want to slam some brews and then head up to the archery hill, you can do that.
Man.
I mean, obviously, we will be practicing safe service and not
of course, yeah.
And everyone is to drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Listen, go ahead.
Oh, you're gonna have medical personnel.
Oh yeah,
as
we're gonna
well,
have a licensed nurse.
Because it's
licensed
it's
nurse.
a licensed
Wow.
nurse, and they may be a comedian. Because laughter is the best medicine.
Amen to that.
You break your freaking.
Can you imagine if somebody was coding out and you just started doing your bit?
The hamburger helper head is a sexy motherfucker. Wake up!
Just comes back to life. Your comedy saved me twice.
No, I will be. I will be one of the camp nurses.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I did bury the lead when I said you were the headliner of the show. I should be like, also, she will give Band-Aids and sunscreen to you all weekend.
Now, God forbid something happens while you're on stage, Gwen. What are you gonna? I got to do my time. Or I got to save this life.
Good question.
Oh, there's another nurse.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing a little tag
But what would
team
she
action,
do
but-
in her heart is what I want to know. Do you continue the bit or do you save them?
Well, if it's a wireless mic, obviously I'll
both?
just I'll stick that right in between the titties right there, and it'll hold it up, and then I'll just be like,
1, 2, 3.
Another one bites the dust. Yeah, that's the cadence that you're supposed to do
I would
CPR
love to see you do CPR and jokes at the same time. It's like,
CPR.
anyways, I said, that's not my phone.
I mean, this isn't funny, but CPR is like actually very tiring. Like you can really only do it effectively for a couple of minutes at a time.
Well, it
Like,
was funny.
As somebody who's done CPR literally dozens of times.
You have to switch off with people
Yeah,
if you
you
get
have to.
tired,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you're
because-
saying you wouldn't be able to do jokes during CPR?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I want my money back.
Let's get serious here. Let's get serious. We're not going to do jokes during CPR. It's not funny to even think about it because it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I did have some jokes planned for the rest of the podcast, but if you want to take us through the steps of adult CPR, we can do that instead.
It's a real thing. She thought we were serious. You guys can't do that.
Do y'all want me to protect the lives of the campers or not?
Well, we were now that you brought it up, we were discussing some of because at a summer camp you have to worry about different things when there's kids, but this is all adults, so I think it's going to be less
Scraped knees.
Yeah, but in more like STDs and like
What?
Fentanyl overdoses.
fentanyl overdose.
I never that wasn't a thing when I went to camp. Like Johnny has to leave during the night because of the crabs. Like I don't know. I don't know if that was it.
we have some.
Yeah, so I did ask Dyke to budget in for some condoms for the health center.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for all the pussy people are gonna want while they're sleeping in a tent in 90-degree weather,
Unwashed.
after they've been arching all day.
Yeah. I do want to get one of those arrow through the head things and stand by the archery place.
That's why I want you to come down. I want you to be able to experience all the actual camp activities on Saturday.
That's Coney Danza.
And just be around. I like the idea of you just being around, not saying anything, and then you're performing at night, and everyone's like, "That guy was at archery all day. He had the hat on.
Where did he come from?"
He was just on the edge of the woods, not participating in anything.
The guy staring over the hill.
Just lurking.
Did he buy a ticket? No, he did not.
Speaking of that, is a good question. Will Coney Danza be there?
Coney Danza might be there, and if you're not aware of who or what Coney Danza is, I wear a hot dog costume, and then I do hot dog jokes. So I think it's very fitting, given the weekend, that I might do Coney Danza. We'll see.
Given the song,
do I have
The
a
Wiener
song?
The
given the
17 Wiener
camp
song.
song,
Yeah.
Actually, Coney Danza was in the Vienna Beef Boys Choir before his voice changed.
what?
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll let Coney Danza do like 10 minutes at the end of like close out lunch. You know,
Yeah.
like do a
Bring it
lunchtime
on.
comedy
That's
show.
great because I only have 5 minutes of food puns.
I feel like Coney Danza's hot dog jokes are going to be a lot funnier than my CPR jokes.
No, guys, it takes 2 people. Most people usually die afterwards.
You're actually crushing bones, so there's nothing funny about it.
In all fairness, though, during Coney Danza, if a joke doesn't land, I say, "Stay with me."
Don't go into the light.
I relish this opportunity.
That's the worst.
Oh, there's Coney Danza on the screen right now.
Here's one of the jokes. I dated a ketchup bottle for a while. The sex was great, but I had to hit her on the 57 to get her off.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
really good.
I shouldn't have said that one on the podcast.
You should. The roast of Coney Danza.
Ooh, there we go.
The
Glenn.
weenie roast
The
of
Wiener
Coney
roast,
Danza.
That should be the extra one, the weenie roast.
Yeah, I should have thought of that in hindsight.
Oh, okay.
I
must
love.
Go ahead, Gwen. Finish that joke.
Yep. Come on, Gwen.
That-
You break it, you bought it.
I want to hear the punchline to it. It's gonna make sense.
It's a CPR joke. You wouldn't get it.
Okay, yeah. It's real.
Oh my gosh, and that's a great time to dovetail into. It's time for the smoking goose. Quack quack. Oh, he's on it. Brunch breakdown.
Yeah, speaking of being pregnant in hell, we had a lot of food today.
That sounds like a Christian MTV show. It's Pregnant in Hell.
Hi,
16 and pregnant in hell.
Can you share that? Can you give
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
to the sauce boss there? We had really fun with this camp theme. I really wanted to try to like think about stuff that it was either like a take on, because like I always went like camping with my family from like they started taking me when I was like a baby, and so like
That was like our vacation when I was a kid. Was going camping.
multiple times a year.
Poor people's vacation.
Yes,
And
the
I
poor
went
people's
camping when I was a
vacation.
kid too. So.
So we always ate pretty well when we were camping, and then I would talk to other people, and I got this idea that everyone's idea of camp food was like beanie weenies, and I was just like, I don't think I've ever eaten beanie weenies, you know, like and I didn't. It was definitely not the thing that. And so I was like, no, man, you can like cook some really cool things on a campfire and blah blah. But I asked you, and I'd asked some other people, like, what are your memories of like camp food? And I was trying to think of stuff that I'd done with my family or stuff that I'd done like at this camp that I used to work at. And so Zach and I split it. And the first course was inspired by you, Gwen, because it was the moosh moosh of Captain Crunch.
Yeah, because they said a formative camp memory was those giant plastic cereal containers with the big lever. You pulled the lever to get your little styrofoam bowl of cereal.
I remember there being like 8 different choices or whatever. You could
like
mix and
just
match. And make,
absolute cereal bonanza.
and I definitely, and that I was like, oh yeah, and then I was just like, you know what? We've never once had cereal on Harder Brunch. I always thought it would be weird to just give someone a bowl of cereal, so I just did like a spoonful of cereal with with some chilled cow's milk squirted
Really
on.
made the medicine go down.
And I was, as silly as it was, I was like, that had to be probably the freshest bite of cereal anyone's ever had.
Right?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was funny. And then the well, I'm drawing a blank. What was the first course?
Biscuits, B's and G's.
That's it.
Oh my
B's and
gosh.
G's. So the trick here, this was campfire biscuits. It was the first time cooking it in a cast iron skillet in our pizza oven. So I don't know if that smoke flavor got into the biscuits at all.
No, it was really good.
Yeah.
And then the sausage was smoking goose, hillbilly sausage, and then the
Hellbilly Deluxe. Rob Zombie came to breakfast.
living dead girl biscuits and gravy. Back of my Dracula. And then the Induja sausage, which gave it a nice spicy kick. It might have kind of looked like chorizo because of the color, but it was actually a blend of those two.
No, it was really good, and I didn't know there was spreadable sausage, but it was delicious.
There was a kick to it for sure.
Yeah.
Which I'm not usually a kick person, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's good.
It was. I mean, I like some heat, but I don't like it. I don't like when something's hot just for the sake of being hot.
It's got to have the taste to it.
Yeah.
And then Sauce Boss really
kicked
took
it up.
flight.
So our camp song features a Wiener chant 17 times. So in honor of our camp song, I made Wiener 17 ways. I had a Wiener flight. There was regular hot dogs, corn dogs, chili cheese dogs. There was a state fair dog, a barbecue dog, a vegetarian dog, a Chicago dog, an elote dog, a hoisin dog, a bacon dog, a currywurst kimchi dog, and then a Thaddaeus J. McDog.
Now,
Yeah. It was literally 17 hot dogs.
Yeah.
y'all.
well, and now
Thaddeus, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
The Thaddeus J. McDog had blue cheese, blackberry sauce, and was it a blackberry ketchup? Pink ketchup. A blackberry pink ketchup
Wow.
and love.
What was
Wow,
the
so
most
slow.
elaborate hot dog you guys put together?
Zach,
What would you say?
What would you say, Zach?
Honestly, like all the ones that I made up, because like the ones that you knew of, it was like chili cheese or Chicago dog, I could put those together, but it was actually kind of difficult to put together 17 different hot dogs with
Yeah.
I
like
can
4
imagine.
different
Yeah.
ingredients
Yeah.
at once. I was having a mini panic attack back there. So like the ones that I made up and couldn't just like grab right out of my mind, that was the hard ones. Like there was the kimchi dog, which had kimchi, hot mustard, a sesame mayo, green onion, sesame seeds on it. And then I really like the hoisin dog. So with that one, I actually I sear the hot dog and then like glaze it with hoisin sauce. And then I had a sesame slaw, sriracha mayo, and then green onion on top of that one.
I think that was my favorite. That one was so good.
I think that Zach thought he was going to make 17 hot dogs, and then everyone was just going to grab like one. So like when everyone started like doing surgery on all the hot dogs and cutting them up with cherry, he was like, "Oh, I didn't think that everyone was going to try every single one."
We wanted to try them all. They all look so good.
I liked one was just hot dog octopus.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And one was just plain hot dog, microwaved, no toppings.
Hot dog to puss.
It's great.
Yeah, it was like, man.
There's like a whole restaurant of hot dogs.
Yeah, that's gotta be bigger than most like hot dog places like menus. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
and then I had to follow that with English muffin pizzas, which
You really couldn't tell that it was an English muffin, really, because you had so much good stuff on top of it. You didn't
Yeah.
notice that was an English muffin.
You're really underselling the English muffin pizza.
Yeah.
well, I tried to do a grown up one,
Yeah,
try to
top tier ingredients.
Yeah, we just some of the smoking goose capicola, my favorite local folks pizza sauce, and then who gave us that basil, that Thai basil? Where did that come from? Someone just gave it to me the other day, and it was just in the fridge. I don't know who to credit.
Did
that.
you buy it from a guy behind a build, like a building in a baggie?
He like lifted up his
Is that why I
trench
feel
coat.
tingly now?
I'm not allowed to say his name.
Is this caprese salad? Or?
And then I also did. Oh, and then I had the dehydrated pizza that we made that which is the best pizza seasoning now. that
Yeah,
just
I can imagine that.
have in the fridge. And then
Oh, the bagel was soft, by the way. That was nice.
It was an English muffin. It wasn't a bagel.
how
by
dare
its-
you?
Sorry, the English muffin. There wasn't a hole. That's the difference. But it was soft, like because sometimes you can do your bagels, not you,
Yeah.
but some you can do your bagels real hard and it just hurts your teeth.
Yeah. Well, I understand where you're coming from because, like, when pizza's on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime.
Exactly.
Name a time. Just say a time, Thaddeus.
Now,
Yes.
Nap time.
Yep.
Uncle's funeral.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially. I need help with the grief.
And then I did my take on Beanie Weenies, which was the cassoulet.
Yes. So
and
good.
The smoking goose fennel sausage. I did use some of our neighbors' tomatoes. I put the rest of those tomatoes in there.
our neighbor's tomatoes.
So I felt like I had a lot of fresh ingredients rolling through there today.
Yeah.
It sounds like a local grocery store. You've been to Neighbor's Tomatoes?
Even the neighbors' tomatoes.
Yeah, Dyke is really a phenomenal cook of French food, I feel like. And so he made this chicken cassoulet, and
You know, I am a quarter French.
I do know that. I do know that. Just so's Elizabeth Warren, I think.
Take that.
I'm the Elizabeth Warren of Harder Brunch.
What a way. No,
Chef Lafleur.
that had so much flavor. Like, I didn't even actually know what to do.
What did you do?
I stopped eating it.
Okay. I was like, I didn't know what to do with this. And then I did a very kind of experimental confit of the chicken, and it actually turned out very well.
It did.
Really
Nice
good.
work.
Thank you. And I'm not saying that
We
to
were
pat,
all surprised.
Well, yeah.
I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back. I'm saying, like, when I tried it, I was like, oh, this turned out really good. Like,
Yeah. It like had flavor all the way through the chicken. Everything soaked up. But I couldn't put my finger on like this tastes like this. Does that make sense? Like
It tastes like cassoulet.
it felt like there was wine in there that you might have cooked off in it, but maybe not.
yeah, it was deglazed with white wine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Look at you.
I'm a big fan when people cook with wine. There's something about it.
Yeah.
And did you find the surprise?
Oh, the egg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was egg in there.
There was actually a tattoo of a young child.
Young-
Actually, guys, reach
child.
under your seats right now. You get a tattoo of a young child. You get a tattoo. And then Zach did the last course,
Here you go, Zach.
which was the dessert course.
So I did a callback to our camping trip and made pudgy pies, which Dyke had introduced me to, and it's basically just sandwich bread with we put chocolate and peanut butter and marshmallows and stuff inside of them, and then cooked them over in these little like mini pie irons. Is that what
Yeah,
they're called?
pie
Pie
irons.
irons. Yeah, and then cooked them in the campfire or in the pizza oven.
Now, I got to say, the ones that I grew up with were circular. So you really ended up with a product that, like, because you would trim the crust off the edge, and it would really present more as a pie. You
Like
know?
an Uncrustable.
Yeah, like an old like a boomer uncrustable.
And we didn't decide the winner. I think we did. Who's the best at making pudgy pies? Out of all of us, and it's me. I'm the guy that's probably the best.
You were the best at making the worst pudgy pies I've ever
That's
seen.
not what I said.
You were the best at making the sloppy oily pies.
Well, you guys burnt yours. Everybody's tastes like shit, and mine wasn't burnt. I used extra butter, made it soft.
Keep in mind, this was not today.
This wasn't today, but
this
like
was a year ago.
This was a year ago. I just still have the title.
was this was for Zach's bachelor party?
Yeah, so we're coming up on a year.
Oh, happy anniversary!
Now they're going to be s'mores at adult camp. Is that going
They're-
to be a staple?
Well,
I don't wanna give away all our
legally,
secrets.
We can't have one person make it.
But yeah, legally there's one person that cannot.
There's
make the
one
s'mores.
chef. If you ask him to do it, he legally has to walk away.
Okay.
So he's not being rude. He just can't get in any litigation over
There
it.
was some legal trouble.
That's actual truth.
But yes,
There's a lawsuit with Stay Puffed currently.
no, but yeah, we will. There will be an opportunity for s'mores.
Okay.
I feel like Name like a camp memory, like or a camp thing that you associate with camp. A good thing.
The campfire programs of people singing songs and doing.
We're
skits
doing it.
and-
We're doing it.
Okay.
Think of another one.
Shoot,
Gwen.
Gwen.
Getting fingered
We're doing
in the
it.
horse barn.
I mean,
Wait,
we will not be providing that. But if you find that consensual opportunity on your own,
the horse
misheard
barn?
her.
Guys, I need to cancel.
In the horse barn?
Yeah, in the horse barn.
Can't say nay to that.
Hoof it on out to the horse barn for some quality fingering.
Gotta get my mane squeezed.
Oh,
I'm gonna be out there like, hey.
Horse puns.
shot on by, baby.
I think this joke's done. You guys are being a dead horse.
Okay.
Did that happen, Gwen? You got fingered in the horse barn at camp?
In my dreams.
Okay.
I did. In my
Okay.
dreams.
There's a reason they call her the Wrangler.
Did you guys ever have this thing at camp where they told you if you peed in the lake or the pool that like your
Yeah.
swimsuit would turn purple or something because they had some sort of chemical?
Yeah, it was in this. Yeah, it was like the water would change colors around you or whatever.
And everybody would be able to tell that. And it's like, we're swimming in a lake.
Yeah,
It's all piss.
or a pool with so much chlorine.
Yeah.
We're swimming in a light acid bath.
I mean, we're all just drinking recycled dinosaur pee. The water is a cycle. It never goes away.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was 1 year when I worked there. So I had been a certified lifeguard, and then it expired, and
So you know about CPR.
I'm familiar with it. I've saved a life, Gwen.
Via
One.
CPR?
It's something called the Heimlich maneuver. I performed the Heimlich maneuver.
But that wasn't even at a pool. That was at McNiven's, wasn't it?
Look, my
Yeah,
instincts
you don't
kicked
get
in.
that.
It was all the lifeguard training.
No.
I even went by the book. I said, "You call 911."
It's because the person didn't wait a half hour before they jumped in the pool, right?
Right?
Yeah, I
This
saved a
was
life,
at a
too.
TGI Fridays, though.
I saved the life where I actually had to jump in the water.
Yeah.
Beat that. Now, Gwen, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I definitely can.
Many
Jumping
times
volcanoes to save
week.
people.
But no, I had let my
It's not a competition.
my lifeguard thing expired, and then for 1 week at camp I was leading like this outdoor adventure program for teens, and they were like, we need to give you a week off, and a week off didn't mean a week off of work. It meant like a week off of that, and then just be a regular counselor. And then they assigned me to the pool, and I was like, oh guys, I don't have a lifeguard certificate anymore. They're like, well, the pool's only 4 feet deep, so you're actually technically a lookout. And I was like, what does that mean? They're like, if a kid starts drowning, then you alert the lifeguard.
Okay.
So for a week, I just sat there and I was the lookout, and like nothing happened. But if something was to happen, I was blow a whistle, be like, hey lifeguard, that kid's drowning.
I had a friend who did that Disney college internship program, and he could not swim, and his job that they gave him was lifeguard at the lazy river.
Without training?
Correct.
Oh wow.
Correct.
It's not every day you have to save the lifeguard
Yeah, exactly.
in the lazy river.
That's crazy. He's lazy.
He just didn't know how to swim.
I'm gonna try to hit everything. I'm gonna try to hit all the activities. I think also like the fun part for people coming is that like all the camp counselors are comedians too. So like it'll either be fun or it won't be fun.
A group of people who notoriously suffer from clinical depression and polysubstance abuse leading this camp is gonna be quite the experience.
Clip it. Clip that one, Zach. That's the one.
Send it.
Send it out to the public and the masses.
We started the episode with 3 different Gwens. A Gwen for all seasons.
3 Gwens. I'd love to see that show.
Outside of summer camp, Gwen, what do you got popping off this summer?
Ooh, I'm gonna be up in Detroit, August 31st, doing a benefit for their public radio station. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Detroit Public Radio.
Detroit Public Radio, baby.
Nice.
So yeah, and you can follow me on Instagram at GwenderWoman. I'll find out all my stuff there. Yeah.
Oh, see, I was just asking what your plans were, but
Oh,
now
just
you're
like my
now you're doing plugs.
Oh, you just
Now
want to know
you're
like
doing
my
plugs.
personal plans.
Yeah.
Selfish.
Sorry about that. Mostly just trying to stay out of the sun. I'm a very pale person. A lot of SPF going on.
Can relate.
Yeah.
You got anything big lined up for the end of the summer?
Just shows, and I'm going to. It's called Horror Hound, which is
Yeah.
a horror convention in Indianapolis. So
Kind of like a hell camp.
a hell camp. Yeah, Dyke's going to be there. He's going to be pregnant.
Got his old ball and chain out. Bowling ball and chain.
And not his wife, the literal ball and chain.
Do you pay to do like the extra stuff, like to get the pictures and stuff like that, or do you just?
Usually I don't meet people. I met Nick Castle, who played Michael Myers in the first movie.
Nice.
And then my wife loves Elvira, so we met Elvira.
Nice.
And whenever I get pictures with people, I call it the Keanu Reeves arm. So I put the arm around, but I never touch anybody. And she's like, "Get in closer." I was like, "All right, if you know."
If you insist, Elvira.
Yeah, Elvira, yeah. But my wife was she's rarely starstruck, but she was like a little jittery around Elvira because she's such a fan of her.
Now, is Elvira a mantle that gets passed down? Like, that's not been the same Elvira the whole time.
No,
right?
it's not 007.
No, that has been the same Elvira.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Man, what? How
She
old
just
is she?
looks good.
Like,
60,
yeah,
she's
like-
60 to 70.
Yeah, because she was like a sex symbol, like in the 80s.
Yeah, she just looks good.
Yeah.
So,
Well, she's the undead, so
yeah.
she doesn't age.
71.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And she was, I don't know if she was in the Groundlings, but I know she was pretty good friends with Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, cool. R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P. We.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. And at 70 or 71, she just like came out as a lesbian in her book. And it was kind of like weird how some fans like, I'm not going to support you anymore. I'm like, well, she's hosts horror movies and she's a ghoul. Like,
And also, like, she's 70. You don't think she's thought about this?
yeah,
Like-
she doesn't need you.
Yeah.
I always kind of thought Elvira was at least kind of gay, right? like
Oh, yeah.
a lot of,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, wasn't her whole bit just kind of like making fun of men and doing like horror puns anyway?
Yeah, she's like a goth horror valley girl.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally every single one of my bisexual friends.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm dying for that hairdo.
Like that picture at 68, I think I prefer that over her at
31. Yeah. Whoever has done her filler has done a fantastic job because it looks so good.
I don't know anything about that, so please break that down for me.
So, well, you can just tell she's had some filler in her cheeks there,
Okay.
and then a little bit like in her chin. And it just like makes her face look more balanced. Like you
Okay.
can see these two redheaded pictures here. One that on the left, she's younger.
Yeah.
And then so like see how like kind of stubby her chin is
Okay.
there, and now it's a little bit longer. It looks really good.
Okay.
And Gwen knows this because
This is what I do for a living: is give Botox and filler.
How often do you have to give CPR after Botox?
Very rarely. That's actually why I switched to Botox, because it was it's so much less CPR.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Are you going to be doing Botox at the camp for handicrafts?
Oh my God, that's a great idea. Oh my God. Yeah. Holler at me if you're wanting camp Botox.
Where'd you get your work done? At camp.
Woodsy Botox.
is that legal? Can you do that?
Just start injecting people's
What do you
lips?
mean?
Like,
Like-
you could do Botox anywhere, right? Like if you want
Yeah,
to.
I my current job, I give it, I'd go to people's homes and do
Yeah.
it.
She
Yeah.
can do it right now on this
I'll
podcast.
do it
to
right now
herself
on the
if she wants to.
podcast, yeah.
Show them, Gwen.
Well, I don't have my stuff with me, but
Who
if
do,
I
who
know.
do-
Botox
who do
all
you
of us.
think out of the three of us needs the most Botox?
Out of the three,
Out of Harder Brunch.
oh, out of the Harder Brunch,
Gosh,
but
I
oh,
did
it's
sign up for
Zach
this.
for sure.
And where would you stick him?
I think his forehead, and I think he could do a little bit around his
Oh my
crow's,
gosh.
a little bit around his crow's feet.
He would look 26 again.
Oh, is he not 26 now?
He didn't ask for any of this.
Oh, I know this isn't fair.
This is crazy.
But honestly, everyone could benefit from a little bit of filler.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Win.
Never mind. I don't want to go into it. I don't know enough about Botox because I'll end up getting in a fake argument about it. But you know,
Well, you know it's going to be filled
I've been
with
reading,
fun
like-
and excitement. Adult Summer Camp, August 25th through the 27th. Can you
can't
drop a
wait.
beat for me there, Zach? Thank you both so much. I'm so excited to have you both as our first headliners. Thank you for buying into this festival, and it's going to be so much fun. Gwen, where can people find you and follow you on social media?
At Gwenderwoman, like Wonder Woman, but with a Gwen, and GwenSunkel.com is my website.
Brent Terhune?
BrentComedy.com, and you guys, Thaddaeus and Dyke, were on my podcast, The Field Trip. We did craziest fast food items, and most recently, we did legendary eaters. So it kind of ties in with Harder Brunch.
Is that out yet?
It's out, yes.
It's out. Okay. Ooh, I'll retweet that.
Yeah.
Re-X that. Bush League. I'm sorry. Thaddeus J.
You can follow me at Botox is 100% safe. Anywhere you do it, no matter when or where or how much you put in your body. I put my hand up in the sky to it. Come to the camp. That'll be probably being done. And my name is at Thad Mckee on Instagram and Threads.
Zach Rome.
Yeah, that was a long time, but at Zach_Roan. More important, just get a ticket to camp. The 25th to the 27th. We really hope to see you there.
Absolutely. And if you like to see where this day is going to go, we like to talk to some new upcoming comics afterwards on our After Brunch Patreon episode. It's only $3. You support us.
Worth it. Worth every penny.
And that's when Thad says all the cancelable stuff. You know,
You do.
and we'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we love you. Bye bye.
You're the puppet. Not me, no.